So the minimum GPU you need is GTX 1650 or the 6500 XT or the Intel Arc A380. And in this video, I'm going to play the game on the GTX 980 Ti. Came out in June 1, 2015. This is the Founders Edition version of the GPU. A sexy looking GPU, I might say. Paired up with the i5-12400F and 32 GB of DDR4 memory running at 3200 MHz. Nothing is overclocked. You can see in the afterburner its base speeds, and the driver is the 582.53 because they stopped supporting older cards. Anything from the 10 series or before, they stopped supporting with the driver updates quite a while ago. So this is the latest driver I could find. And when I opened the game, they showed me an error, like, you should be in the latest update. But there's an option to ignore it. Just ignore the warning and then just go straight to the game. So that's it. Those are all the system specs. And as you guys can see, we are in the game. So let's see how it performs. I haven't touched it at all, so curious to see, man. You can see we're on 1080p, unlocked frame rate. I want to start it on TAA. So we do have a TAA, XeSS, and FSR, and also NVIDIA Reflex. It's pretty good to see, but let's see what's going on. Why should I going down below this? It's like jumping back to the top. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't matter. You can see we are using 3.2 GB of VRAM. So it's on very low settings. Okay. So what if I go to low settings? It's going to max out 6 GB. I don't think so. So on 6 GB, you can get, it uses still 3 point something GB of VRAM. Okay, I'm not going to go further than this. I'm just going to keep it on low settings. It's an 11-year-old GPU. So, all right, let's see. Let's start counting the FPS. 54 FPS on low settings, native. Wow. This is actually insane, guys. The game doesn't look that great, but man, playing Forza Horizon 6, you can actually get 60 outside, but in the city it's going to be pretty low. So I'm just going to go to the city right now and see how it's going to be. But seeing this type of performance on a 980 Ti is absolutely wild. Wow, I'm really surprised. It shows you how well optimized this game is, man. So if anybody watching this watching this video has a 980 Ti, you can actually play the game at 60 FPS kind of on low settings. See, now it's like dropping down into the 40s and stuff. So don't expect 60 FPS locked frame rate, but again, it's a racing game. You can easily get by with this without any issue, So I'm not mad at it whatsoever. This is a totally playable experience for me. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. Okay, this makes me kind of curious. If I go to 1440p, that'll be like a little too much. I'm not sure. Let's see. 1440p, we can get 40 something FPS. Wow. Okay. And now the game looks much more sharper. And I'd say you can play the game like this, man. You can get more than 40 FPS. We're like pretty much GPU bound here. Not like the 9060 XT that I tested yesterday. Because this card is pretty old and it takes a lot of power to keep it running. And actually we're using more than 5 GB of VRAM. You can see that. But man, 46 FPS inside the area. I mean, if you just lock it to 30 FPS, you still are having a pretty fun time with the GPU like this. So this is actually pretty great, man. Wow. And this is low settings. Let me see how far I can push things. So I'm gonna go to high. Let's see, man, the 980 Ti, the old legend from the 2015. Okay, now it's pushing almost 5 GB of VRAM. That's what it says, but you can actually see it's like 5.8 GB used here. Still getting 30 FPS on high settings. And again, it's a racing game. You can lock the FPS to 30 and have a wonderful experience on 1440p if you wish. This is insane. So the inside view is gonna drop it down to 30 FPS. But again, this is super acceptable for a card like this on high settings. Man. This is a card from the PS4 era. And it's giving us really amazing performance in a game that released in 2026. It shows you how well optimized this game is. Okay, but I wouldn't recommend playing it like this, but let's just try using some upscaling. I might be able to get it to work. So FSR 3.1, it's pretty terrible, but I have to use that. I mean, not the native one. Upscaling set to quality. Yeah, now it looks kind of terrible, but now we can get 37 FPS instead of barely getting 30. Which to me is not that bad, but like even on quality mode, it doesn't look that great now. You know, it loses pretty much all the sharpness immediately, and I don't like that. I would still prefer playing the game on native 1440p on TAA because the game actually looked better. I don't know, man. FSR 3.1 pretty terrible, especially after seeing FSR 4, how good that is compared to this. This is pretty terrible, guys. So what I'm gonna do here is instead of FSR, I'm gonna try XeSS since we have that. I'm gonna keep it to quality mode. It's taking its time to process things, I believe. So let's see. Whoa! So XeSS quality mode is actually intensive. Now we are getting only 16 FPS. Wow. Okay, so looks like we're gonna have to stick to FSR if you ever want to use the upscaling feature. But again, this is crazy. 16 FPS, huh? XeSS is way too intensive. Okay, that's something good to see. What if I use performance mode? Doesn't make a difference except that the video quality, you can see that the quality of the picture has significantly degraded. And I can see a lot of pixels and artifacting too around the car. So stick to FSR, guys. XeSS is not well implemented. I guess on these older GPUs, you know, it's gonna be hard to make it work. So yeah, stick to TAA or FSR, and that's gonna be the best option here. I'm gonna put it back to native, and now it looks much better. But you're only gonna get 30 FPS, so that's the only downside of it. But you guys get the idea, man. High settings is possible on 1440p. So if you're okay with 30 FPS, then you can absolutely play like this. But let's go back to 1080p and see how that's gonna be on high settings. You know? So from 30, we're getting like maybe 2 or 3 FPS. Oh, never mind, we're getting 10 FPS additional. So that's much better. 40 FPS inside the city. So you can actually play the game on high settings with the 980 Ti inside the city. So let me just go outside of this, see how it's gonna be outside. Pretty sure we can get like close to 60 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's keep it pushing. So the cockpit view is gonna be a little more intensive than the third person view, like behind the car camera. But it's alright, you know. The game looks much better like this anyways. So let's see. We're going into the jungle area right here. Getting 46, 48, almost 50 FPS. This is what we like to see. 41 FPS, so they're like pretty much the same. Depends on the area. Since we have a lot of vegetation going around, that's why I think it's like a little intensive right now. But again, you can get to the 50s in some areas. So really amazing, guys, on high settings. So if you put it to medium, 55 FPS on medium settings on native. Okay. 1080p medium settings. Playable. Like, I know people want 60 FPS to make it a playable experience, but it's a street race going on. Let me see a street race. I'm gonna go with the Mercedes, the highest car I have. So can see, guys, 60 FPS over here in the loading screen. Oh, it's a night race. Okay. 51 FPS. If this is playable, then that's it on medium settings. So look at the smoke effect. It's a little pixelated, but not too mad about it. Let me see if I can finish this race in first place. If I am able to do that, then man, it's the best optimized game I've seen this year. On an 11-year-old GPU, I'm able to do this. All of them have the same car? Are you kidding me? This car is blazingly fast, 170 miles per hour easily hitting. Crazy. Oh shit. Yeah, look at the FPS. We're still sticking to 40 something FPS. They're really playable. Man, gotta be careful with these turns. It's a little too wide. 38, we're dropping into the 30s now again on medium settings. And again, at night, the game is like extremely intensive. So that makes sense. I gotta beat this guy. Bowie knife. But overall, pretty smooth experience. This is why I told you you don't need more than 30 FPS to actually make a racing game playable. Back in the days, 30 FPS was considered really playable. Nowadays, the standards are really high. You need at least 60 FPS. You know how it is. But look at this. Even with this, it's like super playable. I'm at first place. I have no idea what difficulty the game is on right now, but I like it. I like to keep it this way. I'm not a pro driver or anything in Forza, so I like this way, you know. I like me some wins. Totally responsive as well. So absolutely playable and winnable, like you can see right here, with a high-end car. And there it is, guys, first place on 1080p medium settings, native, with the GTX 980 Ti. So I guess that's a good way to wrap this video up. What do you guys think? Like, so the more you go down, the better it's gonna be. You guys saw we can get 60 FPS on low settings, but even on medium settings, this is kind of playable. But if you're looking for that 60 FPS, solid 60 FPS gameplay, you're gonna have to go to very low or low settings pretty much. It was a really nice race and we won the game. So let me go to her grandparents' house. I don't know why, but so nighttime it's a little too intensive compared to the daytime, so keep that in mind, guys. But still, I didn't feel any stutter or anything. It was a super smooth experience all throughout that race too, so I am super impressed with the performance of this car and also the optimization of this game. So if you go to very low, you can easily get 100 FPS. Are you kidding me? So very low settings will take you all the way to 71 FPS. So see, you actually have to play it on very low on 1080p to have that 60 FPS locked experience. And now it's not gonna even drop below 70 from the looks of it. But for me, I prefer like playing the game on a little bit more higher fidelity settings, because that's what this game is all about, man. You gotta enjoy the view as well. On very low settings, everything looks pretty bland. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look as good as it used to. With everything, like even on medium settings, it looks way better than this. Because right now we don't even have any shadows, and the textures look pretty low resolution as well, so it's only downside. Yeah, head-on collision, why not? Look at that. Car is like totally busted. Anyways, you gotta get the idea. On very low settings, it's totally playable. And again, FSR upscaling is not my cup of tea. If you want to use it, you can use it, but it's gonna make the game look even worse, so I prefer playing the game on TAA instead. So I guess that gives you a clear idea how the game performs on a 980 Ti. Still impressive. It's even running at 60 FPS on any setting whatsoever. So that's it, guys. That's Forza Horizon 6 on the GTX 980 Ti, an 11-year-old GPU. Really well optimized game. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. If you want to check out the other tests that I did with other GPUs on Forza Horizon, you can check it out in the channel. And I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you are. Catch you guys in the next one. So take it easy and peace out.